I am your host, Tori, Nakael.
This is for the girls on the left and the right, yeah, I got you.
Let's chat.
From the
Let's
front
get
to
into
the
it.
back, yeah, I got you. Good dreams, good vibes, and I like to take a bite out here, girl, I got you. For the girls, for the girls, for the girls, I got you. For the girls, for the girls, for the girls, I got you.
You know what? If you a guy, it's for you too, baby. Welcome back to my podcast for the girls. I am your host, Tori Nakael, and you guys, of course, are the co-hosts. Today we do have a guest, my friend Maya.
Hey y'all.
She appeared on my channel before, but not on my podcast, so this is a little bit different.
Yes.
A little bit. You already know, baby, we got us something to drink, so sit back, get you something to drink so we can get into it. Okay. So today's topic is self-worth and body image. And I kind of invited Maya to talk about this topic because I know it's something that we both struggle with. Especially, well, me growing up, but I know it's something that a lot of people can relate to because, you know, it's really like a BBL era or something going on right now, and real bodies don't matter, okay? So it's kind of hard to navigate. And I know that having self-confidence is a lot easier said than done.
I mean, let's get into it. Get into it. I definitely feel like I think we were in a BBL era, but I think we're kind of like slowly moving out of it a little bit because the girls are in the gym. Like the girls are in the gym, they working for their bodies. Like true. Whatever their goal is, they trying to get to it. So I think like we're slowly making our way out of the BBL era, but the BBL era was traumatizing for some of the naturally petite women. Because there was just like a whole time period that I remember that it was just like, if your shape is not like that, then you not like that. You are not that girl.
You ain't that girl. You literally ain't that girl.
You literally ain't that girl.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember like when that started for real. I just remember like I didn't have like body insecurity issues until I got to like high school. I feel like everything before that I didn't have it because everybody looked the same. All of our bodies looked the same. Yeah.
We was always had, like, not even middle school, you didn't have, like, body image?
At that time, no, because it wasn't like everybody, we all had the same bodies. And then we also wore uniforms and stuff in middle school. So I didn't really, I didn't notice it at least. Like, it wasn't something I was really thinking about. I mean, I knew my chest was bigger than everybody else.
Oh, always. That's always issue.
Shout out to my dad's side of the family for that, I guess. But that was about it. But it was when I got to high school. I remember, like, freshman year. Because I feel like that transition from, like, 8th grade to 9th grade, that's when, like, most girls' bodies started really, like, developing and stuff like that.
True.
And mine did.
Yeah.
Mine did it. So I was like, what's this about?
What's the tea? Well, for me, I've always had like body issues because I've always been super skinny. So that has always been a thing, like people talking about me being super skinny, having super skinny legs. But middle school, this girl was out to get me. She was out to destroy me, okay? She had a vendetta. And I remember she posted on Facebook, like, me and my best friend at the time, we were like really close, and she took a picture of us in the bathroom, and I just thought like we were just taking a picture, but we were turned around. literally bullying, because she posted it and it was like, on my friend it was like little booty, and then on me it was like flat booty. No.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
I was traumatized. Like, in middle school, girls are fast, especially like growing up in an urban community where the girls did have like little I mean, you're growing, especially middle school, like you're growing into your kind of womanhood. Yeah. So they are a little bit more curvy than me. They have butt, they got thighs, they got the whole package. And even if you weren't like curvy with thighs, it just was not cute to have a flat butt. It just wasn't.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I just didn't notice it as much in middle school. I kind of did, because I noticed that, like, I wasn't really filling out my uniform pants as much as the other girls, because girls were fast. We was all, they, because I was not fast.
I wasn't fast.
They was all fast in middle school, because I remember just even with our uniforms, the dudes was like looking. They knew who had it and they knew who did it.
Right.
And I did it. But at the time, I guess I didn't notice it as much because of uniforms. And then when we went to high school, like, I was just like, dang, this is different. And I was a late bloomer too, because like I didn't even start my cycle until I was in 8th grade. Really? Everybody that I knew had already started when we was 6th, 7th grade. So I thought something was wrong with me. I was like, well, maybe when my cycle come, and I'm just gonna be like, boom, bam. What that had to do with each other? Absolutely nothing. But in my head, as a child, I'm like, well, maybe I just, I just haven't got that hormone gene yet or whatever. Then when we got to high school, everybody just, not everybody, but a lot of girls just started like filling out and stuff like that. And that's when I started to get stuff like what you experienced. Like, dudes would be walking behind me in the hallway, like making fun of me, whispering, just like the comments. They was just so unnecessary. And I was just like, I'm just trying to get to class and mind my business, and I'm literally getting harassed because my booty flat. Yeah. Like, your girl's just trying to get her education.
Yeah. Especially being compared, like, I do know that it is colors people, but I never experienced that for myself, because actually, well, y'all seen her, she's on my podcast as well. If you watch my other episodes, my best friend is dark skinned, and she was never like, we both were really small in high school, but she was bigger than me. So, she had a little thigh, a little butt and stuff like that. And so all the guys kind of flocked to her. So I really didn't experience, because I was light skinned, people wanted to talk to me and not my best friend. It didn't happen like that. Everybody wanted to talk to her, and I was just a friend. And I know it didn't really have anything to do with the fact that I was ugly, because I ain't never ever just felt like I'm ugly. Yeah. I just always feel like this face is just giving what it gives. You know what I mean? But right, but my body was a different thing. And now that I'm older and I have gained weight and I have kind of filled out a little bit, I am super glad that I didn't peak in high school. Yeah. But actually being in high school and going through that is traumatic, especially because I think that obesity and like fat girls, it's a topic that's well versed, well talked about.
I mean, people used to tell me that when I was younger, when I used to like kind of complain like, oh, I want to fill out like the other girls. They'd be like, well, you got plenty of time for that, because it's gonna catch up to you. Yeah. And it's true, because some of these girls that peaked in high school, baby,
it's not looking too good.
The arms are armsing.
Okay,
they busting out the seams.
Yeah. And they can't help that they peaked in high school, but I'm just really glad that I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm really like thankful. And looking back, I'm like, dang, I wish I was my size that I am now in high school and just stayed that size. But what if I did it? Like, what if I continue to, gain weight and stuff? Because after high school, I got on birth control in college, and I actually did start gaining weight. And then I had to reverse and lose weight, because it just wasn't. Everybody is not meant to be thick. Everybody is not meant. Yeah.
Talk about it, because I had to come to terms with that too. Like, even in my fitness journey, I've been like working out on and off for like 4 years now. And even within that, I had to get away from like being so focused on the number on the scale, and also just accepting the fact that, like you said, everybody is not meant to be thick. Somebody has to be Zendaya.
It's got to be.
And if I gotta be Zendaya, I'm gonna make it look good as Zendaya. Yeah. But everybody is not meant to be Ari. Everybody, that's not
literally. Yeah.
It's just not. It don't work that way. So I had to accept that too. Like, I just want my body to look what looks its best to me.
Yeah.
Like, fill out in a way that I feel comfortable with.
Right.
Not necessarily have the biggest booty in the room. Like, I don't really care about that no more.
Yeah. I definitely went through that phase as well. Like, I just want to, at this point, I just want to have a flat stomach. Literally. I just want a flat stomach without a flat booty. And sometimes when you're losing that stomach, that booty go too.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not enough. I don't think it's talked about enough how hard it is, especially, and when I say urban community, I mean going to school with black kids. Mm-hmm. How hard it is to be skinny. Because it was like, I used, especially like, because I grew up where YouTube like became a thing to watch, like TV. And it was so many girls like, I want to lose weight. I bullied for being overweight, for being fat because I look fat. And it's like, okay, well, the skinny girl, I got bullied too, but it was just the opposite because I was skinny, not because I was fat. But I just don't feel like that is talked about enough, how girls are bullied because they're not as thick as the other girls, or, you know, they don't have no butt, they don't have no chest. In a black community where that's like a thing, like that's what the guys want to see. They want to see booty. They don't care about your boobs. They don't care about nothing. They want to see booty.
And I've had chest all my life too. Since the 3rd grade. I was in a training bra.
Me too.
They didn't care about none of that.
Nothing.
But I agree with you on that too, because I remember just a time where there was almost like a peak in like Skinny Lives Matter, and the girls was really talking about their experiences, because people were trying to basically say like almost like a light skin versus dark skin thing. Like, as a light skinned woman, you know, you can't talk about XYZ. It was the same thing with, you know, thicker women versus skinny women. It was like, well, you can't complain about your weight because we had it worse, basically. So it was almost like there wasn't really ever like a space for us to be able to talk about what our experiences was growing up with being bullied essentially for not having the weight, which I don't think was fair, because that was traumatizing for me. I mean, most of my like young adult life, I was really like self-conscious about my body. Like you said, I've never been self-conscious about my face, but I was self-conscious about my body, and I knew how much like that meant when it came to like dating and getting attention from guys and stuff like that. The face was not, there was a time where the face was not enough anymore.
Can't get a job? Well, it may be because your resume sucks. If your resume is 3 pages long and you can't seem to make your resume paint you in the best light, Write Your Path is just the business for you. Don't trust machines and resume builders. Trust a small business owner who works in HR and has flipped through plenty of resumes that suck just like yours. She knows exactly what employers are looking for. Write Your Path is dedicated to empowering careers with every word. Contact her on Instagram to get started on your resume upgrade today. Be sure to use the discount code for the girls to get 10% off your first resume.
Not when the hormones is raging.
Exactly.
They don't care nothing about that face.
And
they want that the meat. They want the meat. Especially when I went to college, and I feel like that kind of creates, like, being bullied like that kind of creates insecurities that you really wouldn't had nobody pointed it out to you.
Exactly.
And creating those insecurities can lead, I know for me, it definitely led to me not feeling good enough. Like, me not feeling good enough to get a guy's attention. Which, obviously, you grow out of that phase of wanting to get a guy's attention. Yeah. But, especially, like, when you're going to college and stuff like that, and you going to parties, and ain't nobody looking at you, that's sad. Like, you want to just go home and cry.
If you can't go to Bella Noche,
where can you go? Like, God dang. Well, and guys, college is a whole different story. Guys used to try to talk to me, but I'm just like, I did have a moment in time where it definitely had a lot to do with the guy that I was dating, but also that, okay, he's gonna leave me for somebody else that is thicker than me or can do things that I can't do.
Right.
Because I can't hit no slits. I can't I ain't flexible. I ain't never did that. So it just created these insecurities in me, in which I've never been a person to act insecure. As I've grown older, I have noticed though that a love language of mine is Is that a reassurance? Is that a words of affirmation?
You
right?
Close. You close.
I have learned that I do need that every now and again, but I've never been the type to act insecure. But that didn't take away from the fact that I had those thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, you must want somebody with a big booty. You must want
that. He
that.
ain't never said that, but she just over here like.
Never said that.
Know you looking at that
know
movie.
you want that. Like, that must be what you want. And obviously he didn't care, but it did just create or it could lead to accepting behavior that you wouldn't necessarily accept because you might feel like you can't get nobody else. Which I ain't never felt like that.
Right.
But I'm just saying it could lead to that. Because I said, this face, I always feel like it's going to do what it need to do when it need to do it.
Yeah, it was a different ball game though for the transition from high school to college to me. Because in high school, I never felt like I was ugly. However, I did feel like I wasn't the superior because my body wasn't where it was. So it was a huge shift when we went to college because I ain't no cocky stuff, but niggas was on my body a little bit. And I was like, I thought that I wasn't that girl. And then I find out that I am that girl. And they like, what you mean?
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you how your environment and you really should just cancel out the noise of opinions of people around you, because when my environment shifted from high school to college, it was so different.
Yeah,
and I had gained a little weight in between high school and college. It wasn't nothing drastic, but it wasn't disqualifying me from the pool of men necessarily either. So that was that's when my confidence really, really shifted. And I know that shouldn't be something that should, have my confidence shifted or not, but it just goes to show how your environment can change those things too.
You definitely gotta have just that confidence within yourself no matter what. If if the people is hollering at you or not. But it definitely can boost that confidence because the environment, it does matter. Because like I said, I was confused too. Especially because my transition from high school to college, I didn't change much. Only thing I did is get rid of that bang that needed to have been gone a long time ago. But other than that, my body, I literally didn't start gaining weight until sophomore, junior year. So my freshman year, and then even when I started gaining weight, I didn't know what to do with it. I still it was still a shock to me. I was still in denial. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's another topic. But it can definitely change. And that just goes to show that, especially when you're in school, first of all, guys are just not as mature.
Oh, no.
And when life starts, lifing, perspectives are so different. Guys don't care about things as much as they did in high school. Especially, and this is another topic, and so I'm about to venture off just a little bit. And it's gonna be crazy. But especially shaving and stuff like that, some guys no, you need to have it bald all the time, no matter what, and I'm gonna feel like that till I'm 50.
Right.
And some guys, they really grow out of that. Especially when you in a relationship, they okay, well, you ain't shaved. I don't want you to just have no bush down there, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And
that really just goes to show guys' perspectives and their mindset changes. And high school is just this much of the world. Even if you don't go to college, grown men, maturing men, they don't care about that. I think it definitely switches, and it does become about the face card. Because at that point, if you got a big body or a nice body and your face ugly, you just better have a good personality.
Outstanding personality.
Yeah, I'm for real.
Yeah.
Because, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So,
and that's what I was just about to say, though, because men's perspective, they do change as they mature and get older. But also, I also be thinking like, okay, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Every man has a preference of some sort. Mm-hmm. So when I think about it, I'm like, every woman is some pool of men's preference.
Yeah.
So if I come across a dude that wants a big body Benz, okay, that's fine. Go find you one. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna meet somebody tomorrow that's like, I want you. You are exactly what I want. What
I want them like, slim. Yeah. I don't want no big body.
So that's
and
why
nothing wrong with having a big body. Right. I'm just saying.
Nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying we are all some pool of men's preference. Right. So it's just a matter of timing in which you meet a man that you are his preference, and he's not going to be trying to get you to meet his preference. Mm-hmm. Lose no weight, gain no weight. When he met you, that's how he like you, and that's okay.
You gonna meet somebody, but if you don't, because I've been single for a minute now, and learning how to be with yourself and love yourself is a big part of maturing and growing. And sometimes you don't even realize that you don't even know what you like about yourself because you're so focused on what other people like about you.
That's a word.
So being by yourself and loving you for you, mm-hmm. like just picking yourself apart. I love this about myself. It's one thing that I've always, well, not always, but I've gotten the compliments on, it's my smile, my lips. But it's never something that I ever just like, I love my lips. Like, I ain't never just said that. It's something that other people would say. And as I've grown and just figuring out what I like about myself, it is an attribute of myself that I actually like, but I never even paid it attention because I'm so focused on getting a booty.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm so focused on, oh my God, I hate this, I hate this, I hate that.
Yeah.
But you have to figure out what you love about yourself.
Yeah.
And then you can always like get in the gym, find something. I just started Pilates and I love Pilates so far. I'm so switchy. But anyway, I love Pilates so far, and you can like literally find something. You can change the way you look, and you can find something that you actually enjoy doing while changing the way that you look.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very much pro gym, or just pro whatever fitness activity that you feel like works for you, because everybody does not have the same like body goals or fitness goals. So find what works for you, whether that's lifting in the gym, whether that's going to Pilates, boxing, cycling, like whatever is your thing, just find it and do it, and you'll yield the results if you really work hard for it. And that's why I'm glad that now, like, I see so many women like in the gym, because it's more than even just like being in the gym or going to the gym. It's really like a good opportunity to really just kind of like build that confidence within yourself. Like, even aside from just like you're trying to reach a goal, you have committed to spending time with yourself and working towards something that you want for you. And then as you see those results, like, it's really gratifying. Like, when you start to see those results, you're like, okay, I'm really doing this, and I'm doing this for me. So I feel like working out, just like, it's like work out with a purpose, and like, remember, it's about you first. It ain't about the man you got. It ain't about the man you trying to get. It's about you.
It's about looking in the mirror and seeing yourself and loving what you see. And that's what I had to learn. Because, baby, when I was gaining that weight, I wasn't loving it. I was like, take it off. Give it back. I want to give it back.
It just wasn't begging for it. Now you like, take it back.
Because it wasn't fitting me. Like, my face was getting too big. It just wasn't cute. And I guess it's because I have been so skinny, you know, all of my life, that when I started to get that much weight on me, it just wasn't flattering to me. And that goes back to me saying everybody is not meant to be thick. Everybody is not meant to be curvy and all of this other stuff. Like, sometimes it just doesn't compliment you. It just doesn't look good.
It's genetics. Like, genetics play
a huge role.
Like, when I gained weight, I, like, 2-3 years ago, I had got to like the most weight I had ever got, and I had gained a good bit of weight, and I gained the booty, yes, but I gained the back and the arms and the everything else.
Girl, I'm still trying to get rid of the arms.
So I was like, this cute, but it could be more toned. Because I wasn't working out. I was just eating whatever I could possibly get my hands on. I was drinking a protein smoothie every morning because I really just wanted the weight, like the number on the scale. So that put me in a place where I was like, dang, I got a booty now, but now I got a big back. So what do I do about it? And it's like, naturally, I ended up losing that weight over time because I wasn't eating as frequently, because my body naturally has a weight that it kind of wants to be at and stay at. So like genetics play a lot into it too. So it's like, I just had to stop being so concerned about like the number on the scale, and also realize genetically we don't always have the same genetics. So I'm not, what I'm trying to do, I'm still not gonna look like this girl that I'm seeing on Instagram or whatever like that, because her genetics are different than mine, and that's okay.
It plays a huge role. Like, some people just have naturally flat stomachs, and they can eat all day whatever, and their stomach is just flat. And you know, that ain't me, baby. I eat a crumb and my stomach is looking big. Like, it just, my stomach don't want to do. So I have to eat right. I have to exercise and, you know, try to tone up my stomach. Granted, it is really flat these days, but you got to get that, the probiotics and stuff like that, the de-bloat, whatever the hell. You gotta get it, because I gotta get it, because if I don't, it's just gonna look terrible.
I also feel like you should do research too on like yourself. Like, do research on your own body. Like, pay attention to what type of foods make your stomach start fumbling up. Like, pay attention to that stuff too. You can't really just go based off the fitness girls on Instagram, because they're gonna tell you what works best for them. That might not necessarily work best for you. And I had to learn that the hard way, because if I was like, if this girl looked like this, and she told me to do it, I'm gonna do it, and I better get the same results. And that was not the case, because I had to do a lot of trial and error of like what worked for me, what I did need to do, and what I didn't need to do, because it's not gonna look the same for everybody.
Definitely not. It's definitely not. And I wholeheartedly agree. You gotta find what works best for you, and regardless, just love who you are. And I feel like that's more to me, because when I was going to the gym, my motivation was hate. Like, I'll get up and be like, you big bitch, get up in the gym, because you big and you just need to get rid of this weight. But it's like, what I found that what motivated me more was actually like, okay, I love myself enough to not want to look crazy and not want to look sloppy and nasty. Now that's just my opinion. If you don't feel like you look sloppy and nasty, then you don't feel like you look sloppy and nasty. But for me, I'm like, I love myself enough to do something about the things that I don't like. And I felt like I just felt more confident and motivated when I did that, instead of like being down on myself. You know, because I was telling myself, girl, you better get your big self up, get that back in the gym, because the back is big.
I think I got to that point too. Like, shortly after we left college, I was just like, I'm tired of being down on myself about my body. Like, I'm tired of, I don't want to be the insecure girl. I don't want to be the insecure friend. I don't want to be that. So at this point, I just have to do something about it. Like, cause I can count on one hand how many times I hit the gym in college.
Oh yeah.
And I should have been taking advantage of it.
I should have been, because it was free.
And when I left, I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna use this little gym in my apartment complex. Like, I'm gonna make it do what it do until I got a gym membership. But I was like, I have to do something about it. Like, I don't want to be the insecure girl, the insecure friend. And that's another thing too. Like, I had certain friends, like obviously you were a friend that I was comfortable sharing my insecurities with, because I knew that we had shared similar insecurities. But I also could see how it could be, like, I guess uncomfortable for another friend if they don't share any type of relatable insecurities like that. So then they're just like thinking that you're just like, oh, you're just complaining, da da da, it's fine. I'm just like, but no, you don't know like how it feels. Like, you don't know, because you've never been in that position. You've never been in that position where you're literally getting hazed walking down the hallway, just trying to mind your business, and just dudes constantly just reminding you that your booty flat.
Yeah.
Like, I could have went all day without hearing that today.
Yeah.
But you just had to remind me.
They had to let you know.
You just
that.
told me Monday is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Let me get through the week, please.
Yeah, my skinny legs. They said I had a long back. It just never stopped.
And they got more creative too with them. Cause
they really hurt my feelings. I remember like going home and crying to my dad about, you know, how people would talk about me being skinny. And he didn't understand either, because he was like, well, when you get older, you know, people fat now and they want to look like you and they want to be your size. And I'm like, that don't matter right now. Right. They talking about me today.
Exactly.
I don't care about that.
Tomorrow is not promised. They are talking about me today. Okay?
Exactly. I need to do something. And I didn't like have the greatest fashions either, so that didn't help. It would have been one thing if I put that shit on and I was skinny, but I wouldn't put nothing on.
But let's talk about it though, because I think it was harder to dress well.
Oh, it was.
When I was like super skinny too, because I couldn't fill out the clothes like the other girls were doing. Yeah. So the things that were in trend and in style at that time did not look good on me. I remember there was a time, I don't know if it was like sophomore year, high school, and all the girls threw out all their jeans and everybody wearing leggings to school.
Oh, Lord.
It wasn't a jean in sight no more. It was leggings.
Baby, I was scared. I was still in my bootcut jean because I didn't want
it. was just leggings. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can't hop on this wave like I want to, because baby, my booty is not looking nothing like these girls in these leggings.
Nothing.
So I caught myself trying to wear my little leggings to school to be in trend or whatever. And I just remember walking down the hallway and this dude just being like, her booty's so flat, she don't need to wear no type of leggings. From that day forward, if I wore leggings, I had on the longest cardigan covering my backside, because I was so insecure from that point forward about wearing leggings to school. So that, the jokes didn't stop. They just kind of got worse and worse.
Bullying. But kids need bullying these days. But anyway, that's another topic. But it creates character. I'm telling y'all, that is another topic, but it help you in life. Yeah. To not give a flip about what people have to say, and you're less sensitive. Because I would just go home and cry and then call it a day, because what I'm gonna have to do is put back on these ugly clothes again tomorrow and go to school. I don't have a choice. Like, what am I gonna do?
It was real bad. I even remember like when I used to wear my Uggs to school. I could not fill out my Uggs, y'all. And y'all know how Uggs supposed to fit. Yeah. So imagine my little chicken legs. I got no calves.
They moving in them Uggs.
I got all the space in the world in these Uggs like a dang kiddie pool.
And I didn't have no Uggs because my dad couldn't afford it, so I had muck looks. And then this girl said, "What kind of Uggs are those?" I didn't never want to wear my muck looks.
I would be like, these exclusive.
Girl, I didn't never, because I didn't even know they was off-brand Uggs. I really didn't. I didn't even know. And when I found out, I didn't know
where
my muck looks
like that with some Converse. I had the fake Converse, girl. They was not no Chuck Taylors. They were like, these are not Chucks. You are a fraud. And I just remember getting blamed.
They pointed out. Yeah. I remember one time my dad went to Old Navy and he got me these shoes. And they had like, I'm just thinking they just shoes. And they had 4 stripes on them instead of 3. So people would be like, why your Adidas got 4 stripes? And I'm like, because they not Adidas. But baby, I got bullied out of them shoes. At that point, I was just like, I'm wearing my socks to school because.
And that's why maybe it's because I wasn't one of the privileged, wealthy kids.
I wasn't.
But when people be like, oh, I would go back to high school, and absolutely freaking not. I'm sorry. I got the lessons that I needed, and I'm good. That is not a part of my life that I would want to redo.
Now, if I redid it, I would want to redo it as me now.
Yeah, but as me then, no, I don't need to go through that.
I don't need to go
bear that lesson again. I'm good.
No,
I got the character development that I needed.
Oh my God, I just dressed like.
And you know what? Terrible. Because people were the way they were in high school, I don't even know. Like 10 years coming up, I don't even know if I want to see them folks.
Oh, I want to see them. I want to see them. I want to see them. I do. Because I know. I just want to see the. You know what? I ain't even gonna say what I want to say for real. I want to see them. I can't wait. Hey, see y'all in 10. And what? We got a couple more years. See you then. Just 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See you then.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I hope we have a reunion because I'm going. Yup.
I'm indecisive.
I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear. Where it's at? What are fees? I'm paying.
Not the fees.
Mm-hmm. I'm going. I need to have a career by the end, so make sure y'all like, subscribe, all that stuff, so I can have some money. Yeah. Everything you need to do. But, you know, for the girls, seriously, that are going through stuff like that, and body imaging, and having to, like, really reevaluate, I'm not really sure how times are now, because I don't really think kids is getting bullied these days. Like
they are the ones doing the bullying.
Yeah.
To the teachers.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
Yeah, it is.
That's another topic. But I don't know, because I don't really know many like high schoolers currently. So I don't really know what the climate is for like young girls in middle school or like high school or anything like that. But and like I said, I think it's also because we're phasing out of the BBL era.
Yeah.
Like I don't see a lot of fresh BBLs.
Bring back real bodies.
Yeah, like I think
video vixen bodies. That's
we're back into an era where it's like whatever body you got, just get in the gym and make it look the best that it can. Yeah, like that's the era that we're in. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're phasing into, and I love that.
I love that too.
Yes, like let's be unique. Let's look different. Let's have different shapes, different forms, all different. Like let's just be realistic. Yeah, like let's be for real.
And I think that just helps with loving who you are. Mm-hmm. Like that helps, because I mean with like social media being so prevalent and you're seeing these people, it's an influence. Yeah. And being influenced to love who you are and not want to go out and get surgery, because if that's what you want to do, then that's your prerogative. But at the same time, if you want to get in a gym, or if you just want to be, slim, skinny, and love who you are, then I feel like that is amazing. Yeah. Because I didn't have that. Right. And for kids like that are growing up to like love themselves, I think that's really important. I really do. Yeah. I can't really sympathize or identify with the fat struggle, but I can definitely identify with the skinny struggle. Yeah. And keep your head up, because it gets better.
Whichever way, keep your head up.
Yeah.
Because like body preferences and what's in is always going to be forever changing. Mm-hmm. So if you're always trying to keep up with how the next girl looks at that moment in time, you're going to be trying to keep up forever. And you're never going to be satisfied with how you look. So be satisfied where you want to look like, where you feel most comfortable is really, really matters the most. So like I said, if you trying to get like Ari, then get like Ari. And if you want to be ripping the runway like Zendaya, then be like Zendaya. Like whatever is your area, do that. And
in your self-love bag, get in there and stay there.
And if you standing next to somebody that looks different from you, don't think that because I used to have this thought that like, okay, if I'm around thicker girls or girls that got more body than me, like they're automatically gonna get the guy or get the guy's attention or whatever. And that's not always the case. That is not always true. So don't automatically assume you not the preference.
I used to feel like that as well, but it's actually not a confidence booster when like a guy come talk to you despite you being around all these thicker girls, and the guy come talk to you, and if that man ugly, that make me feel like, so I am the ugly person.
I feel like ugly men are going to do that anyway,
because they have a confidence like no other.
Yeah.
But that make me feel like I'm offended when you come and try to talk to me because I'm like, what made you think that I was in your league? What gave you? But you know what? Keep that confidence up. Because all I got to do is say no thank you and keep it pushing. It ain't even that deep. Because you're just not my type. Right. You obviously somebody else type. And somebody will love you for who you are. It's just not for me. But it definitely shoot my confidence down. Because I'll be like, God dang, I must look ugly.
I actually never felt that way. I don't. If a dude ugly, it's just like, I just assume he just has a lot of confidence. Because ugly men have to have a lot of confidence.
I'm gonna start thinking
just like really short men gotta have a lot of confidence.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
You gotta be bold as I don't know what to come up to me 5'5".
Yep.
Like, and I got heels on. Oh, you got a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
So I just assume they got a lot of confidence. I don't even be offended. I just be like, I understand. You gotta try. You gotta.
That's
you can't not shoot your shot with nobody.
I'm gonna start having
because some women also like ugly men, so they never know.
That is true.
You might go for it.
And I don't like ugly men, but I do like personality more so and body type more so. I don't like skinny dudes. That's a whole nother topic. But I don't. So if you have a great personality and you're fitting the physique that I like, then your face card don't gotta just be. I mean, obviously I want to be able to like what I see and look at you, but it's not just like all that to me. So maybe you could, if you had the right physique and you ugly, come and talk to me. I might try to give you a chance.
So if y'all see her out,
if you see me out,
and you medium ugly,
medium ugly, I am single and ready to mingle.
I'm dead.
I ain't found a one yet. Anywho, so I think that is all for today's topic. Don't forget to subscribe, all of that good stuff. Follow Maya on her social media. I'm gonna put it on the screen. And whatever, if you're listening, then like follow whatever you need to do to keep up with this podcast, baby, do it, because we coming with more episodes. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe,
all the good stuff. We gonna be right here in this chair, baby. We gonna have our drink and we gonna chat it up. Okay? And let's relax and let's talk about it. Let's have a little girl chat, okay?